them to death, and we have proof. Muslims can deny it all they want, but we have proof, incontrovertible proof. If you don't believe me, go back and look at the archives of the United States government, who Eisenhower ordered pictures to be taken of all that took place so no one would ever forget the truth of the horror of the Holocaust. Now, how many Muslims, how many Muslims have Jews killed? Now, Muslims are going to say, oh, so many. Who have they killed? Well, they have killed, if you want to say Jews, the Israeli government has fought against the Lebanese Hezbollah, who fights against them, that daily sends rockets into their territory. They've fought against Hamas. Hamas fights against them, daily sends rockets into their territory. And they have fought against the Palestinian Muslims in their own territories, who daily carries out suicide attacks, blows up innocent Israelis. So, this is the extent of Israeli interaction with Muslims. If anything, it could be defensive, and if there's any aggression, it's within their own territory. Yet Muslims are attacking Jews all around the world. In Canadian universities, Muslims are attacking Jewish students. In Sweden, Jews are starting to hide their identity, change their names for fear of Muslim persecution and assault. We see all over the world. We see Hamas and Hezbollah in their very foundational documents, their charter. They cite things like the Hadith, Sahih al-Bukhari for Hamas, talking about the last day, the real Holocaust, as one Muslim woman put up a sign after the cartoons. Says, the wait for the real Holocaust, where it talks about Jesus will descend, he'll kill the pigs, he'll break the cross, and he will lead this Holocaust of Jews. The Jews will be killed until they run behind stones and trees. And the stones and trees will be given a mouth to cry out, "O Apostle of Allah, come and slay this Jew. There's a Jew hiding behind me. Come and slay him." And this is an Islamic eschatology, theology. And here we have this guy talking about, oh, it's no different. It's no different from the Jews sitting down with Nazis, with Muslims sitting down with Jews today. Irrational. Absolute nonsense. I can't understand it at all. Well, we're going to have to go to a break in a little bit, but before we do, let's see if we have a caller. Let's take that first caller right now. Welcome, you're on the air with Jesus or Muhammad.
Hello?
Hello, you're on the air.
Yeah, hello.
Welcome.
Yes, hi.
Hello. Go right ahead.
All right. First, I have a question for you, Joseph. He says the truth doesn't fear investigation. You believe in that?
I'm sorry, sir. Could you repeat your question?
Do you believe that fears do not? The truth doesn't fear investigation.
The truth does not fear investigation. That's right. Jesus is the truth. He said, I'm the way, the truth, and the life. No man comes to the Father except by me. And Jesus, being the truth, had no fear of being investigated by the Sanhedrin, who found him guilty of blasphemy, claiming that he was, in fact, God. Yes, I agree with you.
Okay, now, if that's true, you hearing me?
I hear you loud and clear. Go right ahead.
Okay. If you believe that the truth doesn't fear investigation,
yes.
Why you don't have a Muslim sitting next to you so he can defend and bring a court for you? You
okay,
can
sir.
Talk on your own.
Okay, let me ask you. I'll answer that question right now. Are you a Muslim?
Never mind who I am.
Oh, well, now, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You misunderstand the format of this show. First of all, sir, you don't pay any money to help produce this show. This is our show that God has given us, not yours. Second of all, we allow callers to call in. This program is broadcast throughout North America. This program is on the internet worldwide. We invite you, sir, who are afraid to reveal the fact that you're a Muslim for some reason. Remember, you said the truth should not fear investigation. You've just refuted your own allegations here. You should just say, yes, I'm a Muslim. Yes, I'm mad at what you say, and let me give you an earful. Well, that's great. That's why this show is here. Brother David Wood and myself are ready to hear you and any other of the 1.5 billion Muslims in the world come forth with your best arguments. So go right ahead.
Okay, listen. If you don't fear investigation, if you believe the truth doesn't fear investigation, then listen. Okay? First of all, if you're telling the truth, you would have a fair debate, a Muslim sitting next to you that has knowledge about Holy Quran and Islam, because you are saying things that Jesus, why, essentially let me ask you a question. Why did Jesus come after Moses? You're so smart, right?
Yeah.
Answer that question. Go ahead. Answer me why Jesus came after Moses. Why?
Why did Jesus come after Moses? Brother, before I answer the question, let me just see, because we don't want to exclude Brother David. Brother David Wood, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, Brother David, would you like to jump into this conversation at this point, or do you want to wait a moment?
I'll wait. I didn't actually hear any of it.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I'll address him, and hopefully the technical difficulties will be sorted out. All right, okay. Sir, thank you for your question. The question was, Brother David, if you can hear me, this gentleman who's called, apparently he's a Muslim, although he refuses to admit that he's a Muslim. The spirit of Antichrist and hatred is manifesting through his voice. He's getting angrier and angrier. And he's asking if truth is not afraid of investigation, why don't we have a Muslim scholar with us on our program to waste our time? Actually, he didn't say to waste our time, but to present the true version of the Quran and the truth of Islam. My response was, Brother David, that we have this program broadcast, and the very idea is we want Muslims like this individual and those who know more about Islam, whatever scholar would like to call in, he's welcome. Muslims, if you're mad with us, if you think we're lying, get your best scholars, bring them on the air. We're not afraid of investigation. If so, we wouldn't do this program. Brother David, do you have anything to add to that before we go back to the caller?
Yes, I do. If you remember, when we first started Jesus or Muhammad, we had all kinds of Muslim scholars calling in.
Right.
And over time, they stopped calling in because every time they'd call in, they'd get refuted and embarrassed.
Yes.
And so we would love to have Muslims on the show. And in fact, if you let me put it this way, Michael, was that his name?
I suppose his name is Michael. You go right ahead. I don't know. He won't tell us if he's a Muslim or Christian, so I don't know if his name is Michael or not.
Our Muslim friend, go to your imam and tell him to call in. We would love to have your imam call in. Go to any scholar you want. Go to Jamal Badawi or Shabir Ali. Tell them. We'll set it up. And by the way, just so you know, in Michigan next month, we're having a series of 6 debates with me and James White and Sam Shamoun. We're going to be debating 2 Muslim scholars, 2 sheikhs, shaykh. One is an imam in Michigan, and the other is a student, a disciple of the great Muslim debater Ahmed Deedat. So we're having 6 debates. We're debating whether Jesus was crucified. We're debating science in the Quran. We're debating whether Muhammad was mentioned in the Bible. We're debating the preservation of the Quran, the preservation of the Bible, and the deity of Christ. So if you say we're worried about investigation, I'm not sure why we'd be doing that. And by the way, all those debates will be broadcast on ABN.
Very good, Brother David. Now we're going to go back to our caller who just asked the last question, why did Jesus come after Moses? And for that question, I'm going to defer back to our caller and say, you know, I'm not God. You go ahead and tell me.
Okay, well, very good. But remember, I want to explain something to you.
Go ahead.
Are you listening?
Yeah.
When God sent Moses to mountain for 30 nights and he changed it to 40 nights to show Moses who these people are, they just gathered around him for their own self-interest. When he came back, majority of them by some deceiving liar, but returned back to worshiping golden calf. You know that, right?
Yes. Okay.
The same tribe, they were at the Jesus time, they lie and they deceive and they didn't want to believe Jesus. And when they start to do business in the church, that Jesus threw them out.
Okay.
These are the same people that they're trying to deceive Moses, they deceive Jesus, and they deceiving Muhammad. They are the same bloodline that they do not want to believe in one God and do the things in a righteous